Fucking hell. We've got dry race, dry quali.
Hey, Hobo.
Yo, what's up?
I've just gone onto onto your feed that you've just ended.
Yeah.
And the sounds there. It's just really quiet.
Oh, it doesn't matter now. I have to come off it. I've turned it off.
I just because it took forever for the thing to go across. Onto I've just gone onto onto your.
Anyway, so sorry about that, guys. We are back anyway. I have to change stream over. Welcome to Monaco, round 5 of the TNE No Assist. I'm your host DxT Herbo, and joining me for the first time is DxT Ferret. Ferret, how you doing, pal?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
I am good. Obviously, a bit stressed out after that little bit of technical difficulty, but I still have to double check the stream in a bit and make sure that was actually coming through. Might have just been some sort of poor sound quality or sort of poor reading on getting on the computer. But looking forward to a round at Monaco. So, quickly, I'm going to read out the constructors and driver standings. Leading the way, we have Carl Dyer in the racing point on 59 points. Thierry Delaney is in second on 46. We have Scott Harris with 39 points. Joseph Roberts on 38. Christian Havinga on 37. Harry Lilas on 30 with Ken Doyle. Freddie Martinez with 25 for the first race we had last week, so should expect some more from him today. Johnny Stokes with 22 points. In 10th place, we have Goran Dozic with 15. Mano is in 12th with... 11th with 12. And 11th place is Rolly Shields. So 12th place is all wrong on the positions board. Sorry about that. Rolly Shields with 11 points. Dennis Collard with 8. CeeLo with 4. We have March Trisandi with 2 points. Patrick Boyler with 1. Chris Murphy with 1. And yet to score, Nicky Niemanen, Dean Fabrice and Diego Cruz. The Constructors table. Red Bull leader with 76. Williams in second with 68. Racing Point with third with 67. Ferrari in fourth with 61. Renault in fifth with 40. Alfa Romeo in 6th with 37, Haas with 7th with 6 points, 8th place AlphaTauri 15, Mercedes with 13, and McLaren are 12. That's last with 2 points. There we go, done. Couple of times already been set at 1:09.6. Very good time for there from TP. So guys, what we expected from today. Obviously, it's your first season, so your first session with us. Our faster drivers are going to be looking out for it's KD, and we had a big race win from Martinez, who doesn't appear to be there. We'll double check the gamer tag quickly, but I don't think. I think D Crime, is he there? No, we're missing D Crime.
D Crime's had to change his name.
Ah, is it to Fred? Is it
Fredhead?
Fredhead. Oh, God's sake!
Yeah, Fredhead. I remember seeing that somewhere, and I was like, yeah, he's changed his name. I caught last week. I caught most of the race last week before put my little one into bed properly. So it was quite an enjoyable race last week. So I did enjoy Ken Doyle with his recovery drive after an early incident.
Ken is the master of that.
But it's I love Monaco, so I'm expecting some, I wouldn't say close battles, but call it long trains when it comes to the race.
Yeah, there should be a lot of... Oh, just see Sarah Kia nearly got a bit out of shape there, coming through there. So CeeLo, bit of struggle. He's gone into the pits. I don't really blame him for that one. He has set a 1:10.5, so he's okay for the time being. Let's have a look quickly at the tyres everyone's fitted. Soft tyres. Everyone's gone on for softs. Strategy.
Yeah. See, this is where you got to think carefully now, because the soft to hard strategy is going to be tough. it is the one. It's like soft to hard or medium to hard is your one-stop strategy. Hards are actually quite okay around Monaco because it's all about holding your position rather than going fast. But expect a couple of pit stops if an early safety car comes out. Someone's going to be jumping in that pits early and probably push for a two-stop.
Yeah, definitely the case. Obviously, the safety cars will play a massive game in this because it could. Obviously, ideally, you've got a strategy in mind, but then when it comes down to the race, there could be three safety cars within the space of the first 10 laps, and then everything goes out the window basically from that point on.
Well, if I compare it to the race I've just commentated on, we didn't have a single virtual safety car or full safety car, so the strategy was down to the driver pinging it. I seen one driver do a medium to soft strategy, which was absolutely reckless, but it paid off. So it's as long as someone finds a nice strategy and sticks to it, I'm sure it'll be all right.
Yeah, fingers crossed there. So I'm currently, have a look, though, TNE still leading the way at the moment with a 109.5, just bettered himself there. Very good from him. Let's see who's on actually a lap. Do you want to do your usual track walk, or as it were?
What we'll do, we're sorry in the Renault. He is going through the tunnel at the moment, so we'll jump on him when he gets around to the start finish, and I'll run it through. But just what I'll do is I'll give a little bit of information about the circuit itself before he gets around there. So Monaco, Circuit de Monaco, Monte Carlo to the usual races. It is 2.07 miles long. That equates to 3.33 kilometers. It is 1910s. That's 11 to the right and 8 to the left. A circuit that's been used since 1929. So it's a very old circuit. And here we go. We've got Sari coming over the line. So now he hits the first corner. Santa Vote is a nice tight right hander, which is key overtaking point. Come up here to the Little Kings here of turn 2, which is Beau Rivage onto Mason at the left-hander here, where Hobo did have his little instance. Onto Casino Square turn 4. Now into the Mirabelles. The Mirabelle hot up here at the top right. And now onto the Grand Hotel hairpin here on the left, the slowest corner on the calendar. Right-hander here of Mirabelle Boss. Now into Portier. Into the tunnel, which if you remember back to 1950, a lot of drivers can't because we weren't born then. This tunnel was actually only a few meters long. And now into the Nouvelle Chicane, which has been here since 1983. Onto then to back here at this corner, right as we're coming up to now. It has got a severe history. Into the Piscine, which is also known as the pool sector, which is a double chicane. On round to Rascaz, which is probably the most famous named corner in the calendar. Round Anthony Nose, onto the finish straight. Sorry, for the next time of a 1:10.4.
Very good lap and very good information there from Gaz. Thank you for doing that. This is why we have Gaz. Gaz is the track man. He knows everything about every single circuit. Lovely to have him today. Thank you for saving me today, not letting me do this on my own.
No problem. As soon as you mentioned that you need it, I thought, oh, you know what? I know my little one will be asleep, so I'll be like, yeah.
Right. Izzy's got a comment though. You're forgetting Radeleon. Am I say that right, Radeleon?
You're forgetting. You know, that was when I was commentating on one of the races, and I was like completely, tongue-tied. I couldn't get the names of the corners for the Spa out of my mouth. It's just like I couldn't remember Vidillion, I couldn't remember the Camel Straight. I was just completely brain fart. But once when you sit there,
yeah, that's Spa, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Spa. So if you remember back when we had that commentary where we was talking about Spa, and I completely forgot about those corner names. It was unbelievable.
Eddie's got a good memory if we go back that far. That was at least a couple of weeks ago now.
Probably she's saying Vidillion is probably the most famous. Actually, in F1, Eau Rouge would actually be the most famous corner name.
Eau Rouge, yeah. I think Eau Rouge
in F1, but if you think about motorsport in general across the board, the Grand Hotel hairpin is the most famous corner. If you had to sit there and Joe, show pictures of corners to every motorsport fan, everybody will know Monaco, Monte Carlo circuit. They'll know the Grand Hairpin. It's been around for like 92 years. Wow. The circuit has been used. So I personally would say, it's famous. It's famous in movies. You don't see Verdillion or Eau Rouge in any movies. You see,
No, that's true.
Herbie raced around Monte Carlo. Well,
There's also a
Herbie,
famous film, Iron Man. Iron Man, I think it was Iron Man 2. They were actually filmed
yes,
in
it
Monaco.
was. Yeah, but the worst thing about it is what they did is that
Oh, don't. It winds me up because they went round the wrong way around the track. No, to get to Iron Man, and then when they get to the big spin from Patrick Boillard there. Yes, and when they actually get to Iron Man, which is come up on the straight, if you're on me now, I'm literally come up around this corner. They actually approach it from the other side.
Yeah, they go around the wrong way to get to him. They go past the Casino Square.
But then they come back the right way when they see him, which doesn't make no sense.
But he also mentioned the fact that he's at the Grand Hotel, but that's not the Grand Hotel.
No, it's not. The Grand Hotel is where we just passed.
At the hairpin.
Yeah.
So like it's absolutely stupid. But like it's what it is. What it is. That's what annoyed me the most. Is the fact that they mentioned it said there was a Grand Hotel, but the Grand Hotel is actually at the hairpin.
Yeah. Especially if you're F1 fans and you come across something in a film like this section here, which that's where the scene was filmed. They say the wrong bit, you're gonna know. That's like calling this track the Vietnam. Like it's completely different. People are gonna know the difference. If you're gonna do it properly. Iron Man, you ruined it.
See, it's like you get those driving games that we won't mention for legal reasons. Because they don't have copyrights over the correct name for the circuit. They call it the Côte d'Azur.
Oh yeah, so frustrating.
It just annoys me.
So frustrating. Especially that's it. We're F1 fans. It's just listening to it. It's just nails on a chalkboard.
Tell you what, they like Hasmania with a 109.2. What a fantastic lap he's put in there.
Yeah, unbelievable. I was literally on board him that whole lap as well, so we did get a whole shot of that. Red Bulls are doing well today, first and second. Unfortunately, couldn't match that today in the Tier 2. I'm not annoyed, I'm just frustrated. But there we go. Who else we got to? Funny enough, actually, Carl set a best time so far on a set of mediums. He is currently still on those mediums, so we'll see if he stays out. Obviously, he's now in lean mode. He should be coming into the pits, but the thing is now, with 1 minute to go, that's not the best strategy, I don't think. I think you need to be where Harry is, where Christian Havinga, where Thierry is, and kind of be leading from the front, rather than trying to be fighting through the pack.
Yeah.
A bit of a corner cut there as KD comes around, but I think he's not going to make it round another lap anyway. Let's jump on board with someone else and see. He might be trying to make back one more flying lap, but I don't actually know. We'll wait and see what he does. Keep an eye on the zero.
TP it's just invalidated his lap. He just cut that corner at the Santa Vote a bit too much there and just invalidates that lap.
Borbin Ken is going very fast through Sector 2, around Sector 3 now. Have a look. I think you did set a purple around Sector 2. You have yellow flags flying everywhere now. Ken will cross the line. Second.
Nice time there.
Good time from Ken. Well done, Ken. Izzy will be thrilled with you. Your chief engineer. Who else we got? We got Patrick Boillard not set a lap yet, and same with Dennis Collar. Sorry, I should say.
See, it's a pity I don't know the names of the.
Yeah,
of the
sorry.
drivers.
Yeah, I should have explained this.
No, is he talking about? Just go by the PSN names. It's all good.
So currently, I'll go for your benefit and Gaz's benefit. I'll go for it in name order for you. So Harry Lilas, obviously leading the race at the moment. Ken Doyle, nice and easy, is in second. Christian Havinga is in third right now. Thierry Delaney is in fourth. Yep, checking that one went up there. A bit of a contact there, Patrick Boillard, as he enters the pits. We have Johnny Stokes, nice and easy on him again in fifth. We have his new driver, I need to remember his name. I did say it earlier. Freddie Martinez in sixth. Joseph Roberts in seventh. We have Mano Bigveld in eighth. We have CeeLo, we don't know his second name yet, in 9th. Carl Dyer in 10th, who's our championship leader at the moment. Scotty Harris in 11th. Dennis Collar in 12th. Chris Murphy in 13th. Then we have Dean Fabrice in 14th. And in 15th, we have Patrick Boylard. So there we go. Perfect timing as well, as the session has now ended. We have one possible person that could be on an out lap, or an in lap, hot lap, sorry. But as you can see there, in a lot of traffic, I don't think he will be. Might have damage as well, actually.
Well, Fred Head just jumped up to third with a 109.3.
Fantastic.
I'm on board of Speedy now with he's going through the last few corners, and we've got Savvy who's out there. Speedy's gone into the pits. Oh wow! Sorry, basically drifted around the last part of Rascash right into the pits.
Nice, Tokyo drifting there. Bit for the fans.
Yeah,
he just said he's not allowed to comment on certain drivers.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. I think you've been given a full embargo.
Oh yeah, I've given her a bit of a hassle, really, haven't I?
You gotta give it a bit of hassle. You gotta. Lexi's been extremely quiet in the chat. Normally she's in there chatting away, so hopefully she'll join us at some point, wherever she is.
Well, yeah, I did have Izzy and Lexi and Ari throwing a lot of comments to me yesterday, so it was it's quite nice when you get a few people just throwing comments all the way through the race.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little chat as well. So there we go. Here is your your qualifying here. I will go through it properly when we go into the formation lap, as we do have the DxT starting grid with the drink alcohol pole position. I do apologise, guys. You won't be seeing any graphics today because we did have a bit of technical difficulties getting the game sounds to come through. Not entirely sure why, because everything's set up as usual, but for some reason the game sound wasn't coming through, which is why we had to switch back to the YouTube channel and do it the old-fashioned way. So, Gaz, we're still on for racing from Lexi.
Definitely. But I will be honest. I was speaking to you yesterday about this. I'm a little bit quicker than what I originally thought.
Yeah, he's been what's the word? He's been hustling you, ladies. I think there. Definitely hustle.
I don't think it's hustling. It's more the fact that I was actually quite shocked that actually I'm quicker than what I actually originally thought. I always made mistakes because it was on controller, and I think I just pick up the controller. I've got every season I do the little like the 30 tiers, and yeah, it just puts a bit of practice in, doesn't it? Really, and you don't even know that you're doing the practice.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's especially with we talked about it earlier as well. We're talking about guys obviously not involved in this conversation. Lexi possibly having her first race around Canada in 2 weeks' time, and it happens to be mine and Gaz's favourite track. So we were talking about this, and I think there's going to be some sort of friendly race between Izzy, Gaz, and Lexi at some point. Lexi's fastest lap that was valid was a 1:18 for her first time out. I think it's quite impressive, to be honest. But,
definitely impressive.
We'll have to wait and see how she gets on, because I do want to see her try and get into the 110s, possibly 109s maybe, if I get enough practice. But I said, it's one of my favourite tracks.
Wiping the floor with a lot of drivers. With the 109s.
Realistically, if I can get her into the teens, I'll be the low teens. I'll be really happy. So here we go. Your drink alchemy pole position is Harry Lilas. Brilliant race from him. He's on the softs. Then we have Ken Doyle in second for your DxT starting grid. We have, I won't remember his name, Freddie Martinez in third. Christian Havinga is in fourth. In fifth place, we have Thierry Delaney. In sixth, we have Johnny Stokes. Seventh, we have Joe Roberts. In eighth, we have Mano Beekveld. Ninth, we have CeeLo Green, I'm going to be calling him from today, or CeeLo Yellow, as he's in the Renault. We have Carl Dyer, notably the only one in the top 10 that has the medium tyres on, so we'll see how that pans out later. We have Scotty Harris in 11th, Dennis Collar in 12th, Chris Murphy in 13th, Dean Fabrice in 14th, and finally Patrick Boylard at the back in 15th place. Tyre choices, let's have a look what tyres they've all gone on. So obviously no...
First 9 softs.
Nice and easy. Look at that.
It's like... I put it on, I was like, wow, that's actually, it's neat. Normally you get the odd hard tyre getting stuck in there, or someone at the back thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to stick a set of softs on.
Yeah, exactly. Throw a spanner in the works.
If I was starting at the back, I'll be quite, Joe, quite considering a hard start.
I just saw the. Sorry, I just got distracted there. I saw the recommended strategy here. A two-stop. Okay, first of all, guys, that is completely wrong. It is a soft medium run. This is no time for two-stopping. It's a one-stop race. Softs to 11 laps, medium all the way. Basically, it's going to be it. The thing is now, this could actually work in Carl Dyer's benefit. If he can keep clean, maybe pick off a few people at the start. He hasn't got to do nothing major, because they've all got a pit, and then he's really got to put hell to leather and get back. But it's the traffic that's going to cause the issue. But Harry is going to have no traffic in front of him. As you see, 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. Very quick lights here at Monaco. As we see everyone get away, good start. Harry gets a really good start off the front. The ball's already gone. Side by side already with Ken Doyle. Bit of a corner cut there from Harry, but he does lead the race. Brilliant start from Harry, but I thought he nearly got caught a cropper by Ken Doyle. Everyone gets away fairly cleanly as they go through past that beautiful casino. Oh, very clean start. Very, very clean start.
Fantastic to see. It really is.
Here we go. Here's the Constantina effect right now. Obviously, a little move possibly in the Ferrari there. Oh, the cut away just before we saw that. But the boards have sort of them out now. VSC's already come out. Have we got some insert in the back? Let's have a look. Yellow flag's been waved. I can't see an incident. Very strange. VSC this early.
Is that CeeLo, is it? I think CeeLo's got damaged front wing.
Yeah, there's a bit of end plate. Yeah, a bit of end plate missing there.
Yeah, so. And
I think Dennis Coller's got some as well behind him in the racing point.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, he has. He's got. That looks like a severe wing damage. So it could be that moment where they had to slow down into the hairpin. That could have been the cause of the safety car release. Oh,
and also, so Scotty Harris was damaged as well. So there's a couple of cars got involved in that. We should see a bit of a train coming into the pits. Yeah, there we go, 3 cars. Everyone else seems to be okay so far. So they'll go to the back of the grid as VSC has now been released. So still leading this race is Harry Lilas. Second place is Ken Doyle. Third we have Freddie Martinez. Oh, so but just about to say we had a very clean start until that hairpin.
Yeah, it's a problem when it gets to the hairpin because you've got the Joe, your braking zone. Every time there's a car in front of you, your braking point gets a lot further back. So people who normally brake a few meters from the hairpin is going to have to brake at the top of the hairpin to make sure they don't smash into the cars, and people just forget that.
Because it is the slowest corner in F1 if I'm right to believe.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's quite bizarre because it's the only corner that a lot of drivers actually drop down to second gear to go around. Most corners are done in third at lowest.
I'd do that in first, funny enough. I'd go around that in first gear.
Yeah, well, I am talking about professionals.
I know. I was waiting to get involved in the conversation a little bit. I'm up there, I'm fighting for a championship, kind of.
Yeah, you stick it in first. You get if you've got a little bit of traction control on, and you do get a good exit. But without traction control, you need to have a little bit less power going to those wheels. Yeah,
these guys are running with no assist. My hat's off to them. I've done it. I've tried it. I can do it to an extent. I think I'll be roughly at the back of this, maybe fighting with Decky and Patrick Boillard, possibly around that area. Or maybe even actually, I'll probably do myself an injustice. I'll probably be in like low points. I just don't physically enjoy it, to be honest. Like I said, I think when you're doing it like this, you need to have friends with you. I don't mind, I'll be in a party with some people, but the idea was me and Nevo were going to do it together, and he bottled it because he got a wheel. And you go, can't do it, yeah. So quick dish just in from Matthew Green. There's been a massive pile-up in the end of quali in Nat Tier 1. 5-car pile-up at Tabak.
So lovely.
Love to see that. But unfortunately, we can't get a replay up. It'd be nice to do that at one point. If you do bring up a replay, Cam. One day, maybe.
How about saying Dan isn't professional?
Yeah, yes. Exactly, yeah.
Yes, he's not professional. He doesn't get paid for that crap.
No, it's very true. I I got. Do you know? Actually, I got. And I'm doing like you can't see my fingers. But I was this close to being a paid driver for a go-karting team. As we see a crash, I think. Was that a crash? Did I see a car in the wall? Or was that just my eyesight playing up there? No, never mind. I think my eyesight playing up.
Basically, I was technically a professional driver, but I was actually at the level of a semi-pro racer for for a GT team. Did the army racing team for the British Army. So
Nice.
you get paid you get paid an army salary to go out racing half the year. It was fantastic.
And you don't get shot at, which is quite nice.
Oh, you still do. You've still got to fit all that type of stuff in.
I thought, what you want to say, but when you're driving, you're getting shot at? It's a bit risky, isn't it? Going around Azerbaijan Grand Prix, you're getting shot at by the snipers.
Well, Azerbaijan and Saudi Arabia would be quite fitting for that kind of scenario.
It needs to be a dry race. I used to be, I was a semi-pro racer for a team in the. I just realised that people can see my comments on the stream. Yeah, I was a semi-pro racer for a team in London. We used to race underneath City Airport, which was amazing. But unfortunately, when I went on holiday, came back, and the airport bought the track basically for car park. So unfortunately, lost out the opportunity to race, which is a bit of a shame.
Have you seen the comments on the chat from
yeah,
Matthew
I was
Green?
this close, but my fingers are 200 miles apart. I'm ignoring that comment from Matthew Green. I could have been there, Matthew Green. I could have been there. I did actually meet Lewis Hamilton when I was on the circuit. I think he's a bit older than me, Lewis Hamilton. So he was like one of the kids that were going around that we used to go watch before. Like we had a little race. So the kids we like the young kids would go out, and then Lewis would be out, after us, like it basically is now. So obviously, he was a bit of a big deal. Oh, Lewis is here, but no one really knew. Oh, this guy's going to be an F1. So it's kind of a weird situation.
Well, my last day of season of racing with the army, we went to Silverstone to do some 3-hour racing events, and so it's like a weekend where you do a race during the day, a race at night, and then a race the next day, and then they had the Ginetta Sports Cup.
Oh yeah.
There as well. Lando Norris was racing in that cup.
Oh wow.
And you know what? I'll be honest. The guy walked past me, and people are going, "Oh, he's a good driver." I point out a few names, and Lando Norris. I'll be honest, I was completely shocked that I just seen him, not far from me. It was right, walking past, and it didn't even make me think that he was going to be a podium winning F1 driver at some point. It just doesn't faze you, because you don't think of those drivers getting that way.
Of course you don't. You don't, because there's so many kids you meet when you're racing. Like I could probably name about 6 off the top of my head that I used to race with, and not one of them has made it anywhere near a racing seat in any professional car. So to see someone that obviously like Lando Norris come through, it's amazing. It is brilliant. I remember the first time I actually met Daniel Ricciardo as well. I was working at London Stadium, West Ham's home ground, and we had a thing called Race of Champions, and I was the pits paddock supervisor. So obviously for the security, for the stewards. And that's when they brought the F1 car around, and I nearly stopped Daniel Ricciardo for not having his ID on him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And the thing is,
nice.
I'm a big F1 fan. It's probably a time I actually got a bit giddy, like, oh, it's Daniel Ricciardo. I couldn't see him. He had his Red Bull hat on, usual like garb. You can't really see who it is. And all I saw was his big old smile come up when I asked him for his ID. And I was like, oh, it's fine, Daniel, you can go. Oh, we got what's this? Bit of an accident, I think. Yeah, a bit of a spin from Scotty Harris.
Well, I'm on board at the moment with Johnny Stokes, who is basically sucking the exhaust off Speedy right now.
Sarah Keir's out the race. Sorry.
Oh, so I'm just saying he almost made a pass at the Grand Hotel hairpin. Speedy went really wide.
Oh, big crash! Oh no, Freddie's out. Freddie Martinez out of the race. He made safety cars come out. I was literally keeping an eye on what was going on. I thought there could be some sort of incident with Sarah Keir's car, CeeLo's car, as it was stopped in an awkward position on the racing line. Harry managed to avoid it and slow down, but unfortunately Freddie did not make the contact with the back of him, and that'll be.
Oh, so he actually hit Sarri, did he?
Yeah, he hit CeeLo's already DNF'd car.
Oh no!
That's really unfortunate. It's happened today a few times in over the course of this weekend, a lot of times where you've hit a parked car. Happened in the TTFL league yesterday in the PS league.
Yeah.
Happened today with me. People hitting me and spinning out. It's really unfortunate. It does happen around here. Nothing really much you can do about it. But cars have now taken opportunity to pit. Harry's gone into the hards. So has Ken. And so has Chris. Wow. So that was
everybody's made their stop at it. So on by lap 8, everybody's made the mandatory pit. I don't think any of these are going to go to the end on whatever tyres are on. I really don't.
I think there'll be one more safety car at some point in this race where they could possibly see another change. The hards will go, obviously we know that the hards will go to the end. I believe the mediums could be stretched because right now they're not going race speed. It will take 3 laps, give or take, for this safety car to actually come in. As you can see, the gaps between the drivers. So that will be, what, say, lap 11, which is the time they're meant to be pitting.
Yeah, but at that time, you when you're trying to warm up your tyres from being cold, you actually are wearing them down 3 times as fast. So you're not really saving your tyres unless you're keeping them warm as you go around. So as you see, everybody goes through the routine. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to have to stick behind, just follow nicely and carefully all around until the last lap of the safety car, and then they're warming them up dead quick, and it wears them down a lot more. My advice for drivers here is just give a bit of space to the car in front, and use that space. Time it in your head of how far you need to be decreasing that gap before the safety car goes. So then you keep that gap and just keep slowly warming your tyres up as you go along, and keeping them at that regulated temperature would save them a lot longer than letting them go cold to then warm them up dead quick at the end.
Yeah, because the hardest thing around here is getting keeping the heat in the tyres. Because like right now, if you're, for example, Carl Dyer, for example, he's right up the back of Joe Roberts. He has got no speed, no space to really make them tyres heat up, and he's on the harder tyres, which is going to be very difficult to get heat in the first place. Whereas someone like, for example, Harry, who has got the space, the safety car, he can technically warm up his tyres a lot easier. But again, on the hards, it's all about leaving that space, like Gaz said, and it's very difficult to do so, especially around this track, because people just want to stay right behind each other's back. Let's read some more comments quickly. We've got a lot of chat in the comments. Are you two ready for my Baku races next week? Matthew Green.
I'm ready for your half a lap into the castle section.
Oh, he done quite. No, let's give him credit. He done quite well in Baku in the LFR. I got to give him credit. He did quite well. I was quite impressed. So yeah, we never know. Matthew could have impressed us again. Obviously, a lot of comments about that crash. Alex said that will be her in Canada, as the safety car is coming in already. So only 1 lap on safety car, which is going to be a blessing for these hard runners, and not so much for the 3 guys that chose the medium tyres.
Yeah. But the guys on the medium tyres have got to get looping those hard tyres in front of them very quickly to actually make those medium tyres effective.
Yeah, definitely. They got, and I said, ran here, making an overtake as we see Christian Havinga going a bit too close to the wall, and that's his end plate gone. So that is the kind of mistake that Thierry was looking for. Just needs to now pick his moment and make the overtake. But even with damage, it's going to be so hard to make the overtake.
Well, KD going through centre out, his back end slid. He managed to catch it, but it just shows that there wasn't enough temperature in those tyres to get him around that corner.
No, it's extremely difficult. It is really hard. Like we had it yesterday in the Friday League. I think we had 1 safety car, I believe, Gaz. So you was watching. I think was it 1 safety car or 1? Oh,
it was what?
Sorry, Thierry went to go down the inside, didn't make it stick, and there's a lot of contact between the two. No damage on Thierry's car, but obviously there is damage on Christian Havinga's, as the trade is starting to form now behind, as he started to lose touch with the cars ahead of him. So yeah, so we did 1 safety car, I do believe. Oh, Thierry does got damage. He did get damage. So he has now had to pit. Oh, that's not going to be good for him. I guess he's going to put on the hard tyres to go to the end. And yeah, yes, he will.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like we had the one safety car. I didn't personally. I couldn't get my tyre temps up. I was struggling so much. I'd had to be so careful, and basically just use my race laps to get them warmed up, which is not what we recommend whatsoever, because anything can happen. You can spin and all sorts. I will say to you guys, obviously you're new to this, new with us, we have a lot of Christian Havinga fans, and I believe they're all Dutch. So occasionally you might get some Dutch conversation in the chat. They do try. I'd have asked them to speak English so we can kind of get involved in the conversation, but obviously it's down to them if they want to speak Dutch.
Yeah, it's a bit like the
Oh, sorry, another crash at the back. Mano has gone too tight to the chicane. Nearly cuts up his teammate Chris. They get side by side there. Has he got damage on that car? It doesn't look like it up here, but there must have been something. As he hits
there is damage now.
Now there definitely is damage.
Mano has got damage.
And again,
he's just bouncing. It's like a ping pong ball right now.
That's the wise thing there. Made sure he avoided everyone coming through.
I'd say it's like unfortunate he's got that damage, but well done for being able to get his car under control, slow it down, and let others past.
Great awareness. So sorry, I didn't interrupt you again, guys.
Well, yeah, I was just basically saying like the tyres, the best way I was told when I was learning to drive is what the tyres are like. Do you know when you get a bit of blue tack? And it's quite hard, and you play with it in your hand, warm it up, and it gets really soft. That's exactly what it's like for these tyres. Now, the hard ones, it means that you've got to put a lot more effort in to get those tyres to be a bit more softer, a bit more grippy. So it turns them into basically shopping trolley tyres. So they just slide and just don't have any grip at all.
That is a very good example. Actually, I know exactly what you mean. That's a very, very good example there.
It was what my engineer told me when back in my racing days. So that's exactly how he told me that's it. How the tyres act. Brilliant.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, my engineer was my dad, and he didn't do much. He went, yeah, you got to go faster, Dan. Yeah, that helps, Dad. Thanks.
There was like little tricks that you've seen people do. It's that one of them was because you used to have to provide your own tyres.
Yeah.
So, which meant you can go for any brand you wanted. But there was a certain Arabic brand of tyres that I will not name. That
unless they pay us.
Unless they pay us, yeah. That used to have what they call a putty ring. So basically, there's a ring just on it's on the inside quarter, so it's like right near the inside edge, where basically the tyre was it had this ring of softer rubber. So your initial grip was there until that worn away. You had the extra grip that other cars didn't have.
Very clever.
So it burns away dead quick. So you only have it for, let's say, about 3-4 laps round Brands Hatch, but it gives you that extra grip to start with.
That's all you need sometimes. A couple of extra laps.
Yeah, you start. We tried these tyres out, and I personally, my starts were just got so much better. I was jumping 2-3 places at a time, but then you find that your tyres wore away a lot quicker. Because it's already lost that edge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's
like you get the initial jump and then it kind of like disappears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which it's fantastic. If F1 had that option, they'd go for it.
Oh, of course they would.
You're like, we'll take it. Soft tyres will only last 7 laps anyway. Let's take it. Let's take the putty line and we'll get it.
Especially around here as well, because once you get in front, that's game over. As I've got a comment quickly, I'm going to read out from Freddie Martinez, who has commented he didn't see the yellow flags on his game, hit the Renault, and had no time to react. We did catch that on stream. That was really unfortunate. It's such a shame.
It's really unfortunate when that happens because like sometimes the yellow flags comes up and you're already in the danger zone.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's tough, especially with Monaco, when if you're already in the danger zone and the accident is just around the next corner, you're not seeing it until you're around that corner. And go through the pool section, your braking is not going to be great when you come around that first chicane. So it is definitely a lot tougher.
We have another VSC, but no one appears to be damaged or out of the race. I've been on board at the moment with the battle between Christian Havinga and Johnny Stokes. Johnny Stokes has been up that exhaust for the last 2-3 laps without able to make a real move on him. Then the thing is, on the medium tyres, his tyres are not being put to good use at the moment.
Do you think that Ken Doyle is actually doing a Ayrton Senna and purposely basically nursing those tyres all the way around, thinking if Hasmania keeps putting in the pressure in those tyres, he's going to have to pit near the end?
Well, crucially, yeah. Because the thing is, what you've got to remember, what I've just noticed, he has got damage. He is nursing that car with damage as well. So, all the more reason to keep Tweesprong behind, which puts him more under threat with Johnny Stokes, which is going to wear out his tyres. So yeah, this is all coming into play for a kid. If he can just keep that car off the wall, he should be okay. But driving this track with a broken wing, as you can see, the gap between him and Harry is just going to be extended massively right now. What the hell is as Lexi wrote in the chat? I'm guessing it said, can you guys speak English? Sorry, there's a lot of Dutch talk in the chat. I mean, obviously, I want to get involved in the conversation, but I really can't. But Dutch Phase gets the penalty there, 5 seconds for crossing the white line, which is unfortunate for him. We have yellow flags at the back, which I think is Dean Fabrice. I'm going to jump back on the board between Joe Roberts. Well, it will be Joe Roberts, Johnny Stokes, and Christian Havinga, as they all started to catch up to the back of the limping Ken. And only more people got joined this party now, as Carl Dyer is approaching the back of this very, very quickly.
I was Tweesprung. I do apologise. I'm not picking these names up quick enough for you.
Sorry,
basically comes into Saint Devote very, very quick and almost loses it. Oh. He's also got damage as well.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Oh, good move there. Good switch from Johnny Stokes. I thought he was going to go for the lunge. That was a good dummy, but unfortunately it didn't work. Very clever idea, though.
Yeah, but this is where that was the same kind of idea Lewis Hamilton did, and he put it into his car into the wall at the hairpin. He did that on, I think it was Romain Grosjean, when Romain Grosjean was driving for Lotus.
Oh yeah, when he was a danger to him and everyone else in this game.
Well, see, I was like Romain Grosjean's his first season with Lotus was actually quite good. It was then the Lotus car lost its stability, and that's when he started making mistakes, and then he kind of carried those mistakes on when he went over to Haas. Which I know it's quite harsh to say, but it's good that the Haas has changed its driver lineup.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
Those two drivers, even though they did have pace when they needed it, they just weren't consistent. They made too many mistakes. They were too risky. And I think was it Grosjean or was it Magnus that blamed Ericsson for the crash at Baku?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, just got to interrupt you again. Johnny Stokes has got past Christian Havinga. Good overtake there. Does it again on the same corner. Sends him the dummy, and this time does make it stick. And now it's on the back, hopefully, of Ken Doyle.
Yeah, Johnny Stokes actually done a fantastic move into the Mirabelle. The Mirabelle's there. It was absolutely fantastic. I do think he will look to do a similar kind of approach to Ken Doyle, and maybe then from there start closing that gap down to Hasmania.
Yeah, I think that's the one we've got to watch, because at the moment Harry is just running away with it, 11 seconds ahead. And all we need to do is get 8 more seconds, maybe at push 7, and he's got another clear pit stop ahead of him. With 20 laps to go, it's quite some doing. And you can already see that the speed that Johnny Stokes has got is he's already left left Tweestrong behind right now. And I think you was right, Ken. Sorry, you was right about Ken. He was backing up Tweestrong into the path of Johnny Stokes there, because look at the gap between them now.
Yeah, he's probably realised that he's not going to be able to do the defensive drives on Johnny Stokes, because Johnny is willing to put that car where a lot of people won't.
I thought he was going to try something special around the hairpin there, but I don't think there's any room for anything around that particular corner.
It's the faster line, but there's no space for that line to happen.
I just think this track would be much improved if it was just put anywhere else in the world and slightly widen it. Just widen it a little bit.
Well, like I said, I've said this before about Monaco. They are looking to extend into the marina, so you could find parts of the circuit open up. I think they've got to keep the Grand Hotel hairpin in it because it's so iconic. So they could do the start from the start to finish line, which is right underneath the embassies and all that. That's there. That's a nice place to have it. It's well suited for what they need. But when they extend, just have a little different layout from the tunnel, just giving those more options for an overtake.
Harry's pitted. Harry from the lead has pitted. We don't know why. Did he have damage on that car?
I think he was. If he didn't have damage, it's more a strategy call, thinking about those hards not lasting to the end. He is not. If you think about it, he's got Speedy and Johnny Stokes, who are maybe thinking about another pit stop, because they've got 20 more laps to do on those medium tyres. That's not going to happen.
Very strange. I think I would have personally tried and stuck that out to the end. He had 11 seconds. He was constantly gaining. So unless he had damage, that's why he had to pit. But
Johnny Stokes is gearing up a move against Ken.
This will be now for the lead of the race.
Yeah, definitely. Johnny Stokes will need to make a move past him and just open up a huge gap if he can. He's got the pace to do it. He just needs to make it happen so he can maybe get a free pit stop to get onto a set of soft tyres at the end.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking at the gap now. So the pit stop that Harry made was a 21-second give or take pit stop. So that is a pit stop for a new wing. I'll double check the race director quickly. Let's have a look quickly at his pit stops. I forgot we can do that now on this game. Yeah, it was a new front wing.
Oh, so he must have clipped the wall on one of the corners. Obviously, when you get a driver that is that far ahead, you kind of forget about that they're there. So you just leave them to it, don't you?
And I've done it before. You get very complacent as well, being that far ahead. As Thierry is pitted as well. He had damage. We did catch that on the stream as well. Hit the back of Chris Murphy. So he has obviously now pitted for a new wing as well. 13 cars in this race. Obviously, points go down from 1st to 10th. So 3 more cars go out the race, and anyone can get points. So it's not over yet.
Yeah, it's like we've seen them plenty of times with races like this, because it's a tight street circuit. It's going to be a lot. These drivers are going to be thinking, right, just a few more drivers to make mistakes.
Speaking of which, I have another yellow flag, and I believe that is the Haas driver, Patrick Boylard. Second time I've seen him get a bit out of shape on that particular chicane. I just had a little glance at Ken's ERS. He has 50% compared to Johnny Stokes' 10. Well, now he's got 40, but he is using it to his advantage right now.
Yeah, it is advantage Ken at the moment. With Monaco, it is all about your positioning. He's quite smart about where to place that car. I think he's sat there watching the Nigel Mansell versus Ayrton Senna battle, really, because that is the iconic Monaco race.
Obviously, more recently, you had the Hamilton versus Verstappen, where again Hamilton was struggling for tyres. He was saying constantly on the radio, and yet Max couldn't make the move.
Are you sure? This is what I figure. It's like Hamilton does do the cry wolf.
Oh yeah, 100%. He moans about his tyres constantly, and then the next lap he'll go quiet and set fastest lap. So how bad are his tyres?
Yeah, Or if the tyres are that bad, how good is his car?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Well, we saw how good his car was when we saw it round with when Russell took it over last season. His car is
I'm,
very, very good.
I'm not gonna. First of all, I reckon that's just George.
George just does a
Honestly.
quick driver, and I think there's something along them like something not official about that race. How they made that simple mistake as Johnny tries to make another move,
Oh!
goes side by side into the hairpin. Ken's going to hold that inside line, and Johnny does back out of it. So again, Johnny Stokes loving that particular area to overtake.
Yeah, but I've got to. I don't know whether Ken's seen that, but Johnny was down inside when Ken made that turn into the Mirabelle Hot. So it was touch and go. He did squeeze him right into the wall because I'm actually on board with Johnny, and that's I just seen Ken squeezing him right into the wall. Johnny was actually forced to actually back off before any further damage, really. But it's a tough circuit to pass. So it's all about timing it and having the right patience and getting the perfect line, really.
Speaking of the patience, Harry has now joined the back of this train. From the lead, he is now in 6th place. But with limited overtaking areas, can he get his way back through the pack? I want to jump back on board with Johnny Stokes and watching the battle for the lead potentially. Because right now, Johnny can make the move anywhere. He's got the confidence to send that car in. Will it pay off?
See, I'm on board with Johnny, and he's got this line through into Santa Vote when he's looking for an option to overtake. And what it is, he's coming in a bit tight. What I think he should do is go wide and do a switchback effect into Santa Vote, put himself on from the outside onto the inside line. He might find he might get a better exit because he carry a bit more exit speed, and he might be able to get a move in before Beauvais.
That's the thing with this track. If the first one doesn't work, you've got to try something else. But it's just there's not many places you can really think off the top of your head. Like you saw, if you're watching my race today, obviously there was a potential overtake I could have made there, and you saw the risk that happened with me hitting the wall, hitting the driver, and then basically out of the race after that.
So Johnny again, he's on the outside. Yeah, he does it. He's braked a little bit too much there. If he carried a bit more speed, he would have been up there. And Ken clips the wall.
Again.
So this is turning into an interesting battle because Johnny made a little braking error by braking a bit too much going into centre vote. But Ken with a clip on the wall, that's brought the battle back in.
He's lucky he still hasn't got damage on that side though, because that would have really put a struggle in this rest of this race.
Yeah, it was lucky that it was his back wheel that hit the wall rather than his front. If it was the front, he could have lost a bit of wing.
I think that's something that Codemasters need to bring in though. Yeah, I think you can on this game you can probably smash your rear wheel at 100 miles an hour and drive away. You tap your front wheel at 10, then you're out. So like, there's nothing really for the back to go wrong.
Well, I say like when I do career mode, I drive with simulation damage, because I like the clean race,
Yeah.
And it's you can lose your back wheel by clipping it on these kind of corners. I've lost the back wheel at Raskaz just because I decided to cut it a bit too tight. But you are right, with reduced damage or even full damage, the rear wheels just seems to be able to, you can bounce them quite nicely and just carry on. But we had this discussion with the Tier 3 Assists League at the end about damages, and they're going on about like saying you can hit yourself nose on into a wall and just lose a wing, but you have a glancing blow against the wall and you can lose a wheel, and it's just about impact zones. If you hit the front, it's not going to affect your wheel.
Speaking of impact zones, DxT unfortunately is out of the race, which has now brought out a full safety car. So, could this throw Harry back in the mix? Will these guys pit? Will they stay out? It is the big question.
DxT lost it at the same place where Sari and Fred did.
Yeah. So we have to wait and see what... the car's now been cleared up, so we won't see any issues there. It's just whether these guys pit. Ken has got a broken wing. It could be benefit for him to pit. But, crucially, he's been keeping Johnny behind for the last 10 laps, give or take. Well, most of this race.
Well, it all really depends whether like if Ken pits, I think Johnny should pit as well, because Johnny on those medium tyres are not going to get to the end really effectively,
No,
but
they
they both stay out.
Everyone's staying out. So it's not what Harry wanted to see. Harry wanted to see a chain of cars going into the pits. But sorry, excuse me, but you won't see that unfortunately. Potentially, you could see someone like RP Mays in pit because he's got a bit of a gap between him and the car behind. Yeah, and he is coming into pit, so I'm assuming he'll go to the softs to the end, which is definitely possible. But no, medium tyres playing it safe.
Well, TP is basically joining the back of the train now. It'll take a few seconds for him to catch up with the gap.
Yeah, Patrick Bollard's also coming into the pits, also put on a set of medium tyres. Surprised no one's taking a risk with the softs. I think personally, at the back of the grid, I'd probably risk a pair of soft tyres. They do last 11 laps, so potentially fresh tyres can go a bit further.
Yeah, it's
serving a penalty. He does put on the softs. So this could be interesting.
Yeah, it's did you say someone was serving a penalty?
Yeah, Dennis Collar. It looks like he was serving a penalty there, unless it was a bit of a delayed reaction.
You can't serve a penalty on the safety car, so it would be a delayed reaction.
One must be a massive delayed reaction,
yeah. Yeah, you're just not allowed to. You're not allowed to do that. It's just the way it is right now. It's with the FIA, they believe that serving a penalty on the safety car is not fair. So.
Well, actually, he did serve it under the safety car because I've just checked. He did get a 5-second penalty for crossing the white lines on pit exit, which he does not have anymore.
Well, that's bizarre. That shouldn't happen.
That shouldn't be allowed. But the game's full of glitches. It doesn't really surprise me that you can serve a penalty. Let's have a look while we're here at the penalties. So 6 seconds for Carl Dyer and for Patrick Boylard, and 3 seconds for Harry and for Chris Murphy. Tyre Choices there as well.
So we've got 12 laps to go. Obviously, two of these are going to be under the safety car.
Yeah.
Do you think Johnny Stokes can get those medium tyres to the end?
Let's have a look. How are they all? What age are on now? They are on 20 laps.
Yeah. So you're looking at 30. He's going to come up with 32, but right. So like with the game itself, you actually got a visual indicator on the tyre itself. Now you divide the tyre into 4 sections, 4 quarters, and basically if that line, there's like a faint line, it's normally roughly between 1/4 and 1/3. If it's at the 1/3, you've got enough life in it. If it's at 1/4, then you're looking at a chance of actually the tyre popping.
The thing is, he would have to race 28 laps with that tyre. And personally, I did a one-stop round here yesterday. It was a soft medium. I took those mediums, I think it was 20 or so laps. I think, let's have a look. I'll try and work out what I did.
Yeah, it's because it's 39 laps. You can push the soft tyre up to like lap 12, lap 13. So you're looking at 26 laps, 28 at most.
And obviously he's asking a few more laps. I think it'll be, like you said, 32 laps. Same guys
32 laps.
That is puncher zone, I think. That will be definitely puncher zone. Puncher zone. Good start from Ken as he pulls away.
Ken does get away quite quickly, but Johnny's not far behind.
Definitely not, but I said it does bring in now. So don't forget, one more car goes out the race. Everyone was scoring points. So it's all down to this last 10 laps now of this race. Will Ken hold out? Can Harry break through the pack? What can Dennis do with fresh softs? I'll find out with these last 10 laps to go. Yeah,
like I'm going to compare this to the race I've just commentated on. It's very different because at this point into the race, into the T3 assists was the car the first 2 drivers were the only ones in the lead lap. Everybody else has been lapped at this point. So, like, the race was pretty much effectively over.
The first 2 drivers were the only ones that wasn't lapped.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was basically... So, it's... So basically, you had H. Bosworth who actually won. He was at the end of the race. He was 1 minute and 12 seconds in front of the driver behind him.
Jesus, that is a race and a half.
And he was clean all the way through. And like Joe, compared to like and everybody else was like laps difference. There was huge gaps. At this point of the race, I had nothing to say. There was no battles. Whereas this is fantastic because the safety cars come out. It's bunched everybody back up again. It means that we're going to have a few people risking an overtake right near the end.
Oh, of course.
Because
if you're in a Dennis Collar situation, you're in 11th. What have you got to lose them making a lunge on the softer tyres?
it's like if I was Dennis, I'd be like sitting there looking, going right. Well, Johnny Stokes is speedy, is sitting there with these almost screaming medium tyres. He'd be hoping for one of them to get a puncher. Well, I'm jumping between the KD and Speedy, just looking at the tyres. Now, Speedy's, if you look at the fade line on Speedy's, is a bit more, it's shown a bit more than Speedy does. So I reckon Speedy's done well to nurse those tyres, but he then locks up. So that'll take a big chunk out.
But Tweesprung has pitted into the pits. Has he got damage on his wing? We'll wait and see. I possibly believe so. DRS has now been re-enabled for the last 10 laps of this race.
Yeah, it's wing damage.
Yeah, wing damage. Not surprising there. So that'll be another set of mediums. Again, I'm not sure. Softs
I would have went
softs.
softs.
Yeah, go fastest lap as well. Take it away from some of the leaders.
Yeah, he's got. It's like he's fastest lap, but it would have been better for him because he would have got fastest, gone for fastest lap and then possibly hoped for a mistake for some of the drivers just slightly ahead to pick off the last points position.
Yeah, definitely. So with 10 laps to go, Ken does lead this race. Second place we have Johnny Stokes. Third, Joe Roberts. So good points possibly here for Williams. We have Carl Dyer in fourth place. Harry is in fifth, with his teammate right behind Thierry in fifth. Sixth.
Oh! KD spins.
KD has spun.
Yeah, he clipped the back wheel clipped on the inside wall of the Nouvelle chicane, and he spins out, and he driver behind him.
Safety cars come out.
Yeah, safety car. He basically, when he spun, the car behind him, which I believe might have been Hasmania, Harry.
Harry
has got damage again with wing damage.
Oh no, it's not been a good day for Harry and Thierry's coming.
Red Bulls are double stacking, which means that it's just basically Joe.
Oh, it's gone bad to worse for Harry today.
I think it's gone bad from worse for Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull. The thing is, I'm a big fan of the stack because I do believe you're actually better off stacking sometimes than you are, going around one more lap and trying to go, not stack. But it's not going to do anyone any favours.
Monaco is not the one to stack, especially not long after a safety car. And now there's a safety car in. It's maybe you think, oh, actually, you know what? I could actually get I could get back up there and start battling, but it was just unbelievable. KD, I don't know really what his mindset was at that point. He come in a bit too sharp at the Nouvelle, clips his back wheel, spins him 180, and I think it was Harry that actually clipped him first, and I think the following Red Bull did the same thing and hit him, which is basically just changed because McDuck's face is now sitting in sixth.
Yeah, Dennis Collar. He obviously pitted earlier as well for the softer tyres. This is also going to benefit Johnny Stokes and Speedy, who obviously, because these laps on the safety car, like we said earlier, won't be wearing out the tyres too much, but they will be still getting worn. Don't get me wrong, they're still not going to be like nothing right now, but they're not going to be as worn as if they were doing actual full race laps right now. They've had, at the moment, I think it's at 5 laps on the safety car, possibly another extra, maybe 6 after this one.
Yeah, definitely. And under the safety car, the safety car does more wear to the hard tyres than it does to the mediums or the softs.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's just the way it works. It's just because of the amount of effort you've got to put into those hards.
Oh, we have to get them heated up.
Keep them warm. it just makes it harder for them to try like keep them going.
But I definitely think this is kind of playing into Ken's hands a little bit. I think he wants the many laps under safety car as possible, because the less laps there are racing, the less chance he's got to be potentially overtaken by Johnny Stokes. But like I said, it's all down to tyre temps. It's a lot more involved than just overtaking in this.
See, it's like it's the front four. We've got Williams, Ferrari, Williams, Ferrari. Fantastic to see. I'll be honest.
It's brilliant.
You'll never expect to see that from Formula 1 2020, do you?
well, you expected it, but not for first place, because these guys were fighting at the back of the grid. Unfortunately, we didn't see a good Ferrari. Speaking of, obviously, we have now nearing the start of F1, the new season. I can't wait. Some of the new liveries look amazing. Just really excited for it. Gaz, will Ferrari be a mid-pack team, or will we see them join the big boys again up top?
Not this year.
Personally, I think I'm in the same boat as you. I don't think we're going to see Ferrari as a big team for a long while yet, because it's so hard. Once you fall out of that money zone in the top three, it's difficult to come back.
The one thing I will say is that wait until the car reveal for the official answer, because it's the details. Now, if they go with the same as what McLaren's have done, I'll go with McLaren, and basically just all they've done is just change. And I think someone's lost a bit of wing. I can't think of who. Someone near the front's lost a bit of wing, and I don't know who it was. I was just seeing it bounce along the road. But the Ferrari itself, it was one of those ones where you've got to see the details in the wings. If the wings are different, then the chances are they've put a lot of money in when they said they wasn't going to make them a bit more competitive. So it's all about that. And it was Twisprung that's actually clipped his wing. Yeah, he's lost his wing up at the Casino Square.
Yeah, as I was looking at the front lot, we do know about Ken's wing. He's still struggling with that broken wing. But he said, I say struggling, he's in first place. He's holding up Johnny Stokes on the younger, fresher tyres. Well, I'll say younger tyres. I'll say the faster tyres rather than fresher tyres. But they're exactly the same length old. But this is the point now where you would expect the hards to come into their own. On a normal F1 circuit, the hards will now be coming into their own as the mediums are starting to fade now.
Yeah, definitely. Johnny needs to make this move happen in the next lap or two. The next lap really, to get first. He won't be able to do it after this.
There we have more yellows again. As TP retired, more damage for the Red Bull. So that brings, again, like we said earlier, 10 drivers, 10 points on the table. Unfortunately, we'll also be saying goodbye to Thierry. It's a big shame. The Red Bull they were doing so well. They had a driver on leads. They had Thierry doing so well as well.
For the first few laps, it was a Red Bull 1-2.
It was.
And then all of a sudden, it was just like one by one. There was like one mistake after another, and it just slowly ended up down at the back.
You know who I blame for this?
Izzy.
Yeah, definitely.
Izzy, I just seen a comment, Izzy saying don't jinx him, and I can't think of who it might have jinxed.
Well, it's probably Ken actually saying that, because we talk about Ken quite a lot. But yeah, obviously saying that, Izzy, you've now jinxed Thierry. So your jinx has misfired, and it's hit your next best man, Thierry. You should be ashamed of yourself. As Patrick has pitted, I'm assuming again it's another set of softs to go fastest lap possibly. He's got nothing to lose now. He's got an extra point on the table. This could bring him matching points with 9th place if he gets fastest lap.
He has to get a new wing as well.
New wing, there we go. So even more reason to pit. Fastest lap so far is still set by Mano on a 1:11.6. He did set that on fast tyres by the looks of it, on the soft tyres. Can anyone beat a 1:11.6? Can Patrick do it?
Yeah, Patrick will be the only person who's got the possibility of doing it, because everybody else is just too close together to actually put in a very fast time. Maybe Scotty. Scotty with but he's on those hard tyres are basically almost warning.
Oh, speaking of which, I thought it's contact in the middle. There was a little move looked like from Chris Murphy didn't really work for him. That door was always going to be closing. And I think that caused a bit of a concertina effect, as there might be damage with some of the rear drivers here. It looked like it was a... Yeah, Havinga's got damage there. Definite damage on that Alfa Romeo. Did Harry get involved with that? Yeah, and Harry as well, again with wing damage. Did, yeah, everyone other than Cole Dyer. Oh, such a shame. Red Bull again, not having a good day.
Well, if you look onto the Johnny Stokes and Speedy's front left tyre, if you have a look, you can see the definite line now.
Oh yeah.
Now that is there. That's your that's a visual indicator that these tyres are going to pop soon.
Oh, Thierry's put a message in the comment. Idiots breaking on the apex. I'm honestly done. What more can be said? What more can be said? It is unfortunate. I'm lucky, Thierry. You had a good race today, pal. As Patrick is in again for another pit stop. Not sure what that one's about. Possibly another wing change. But we are down to the last 4 laps of this race. Nearly going to be 3, as it's starting to look like it's clouding over. Can we have potential rain?
Oh, I don't think if the rain comes, it's not going to be going to change much effect to the circuit. But the one thing I do love about this no assists league is the fact that the amount of rubber these drivers are laying on that track. Just wait until Ken Doyle and Johnny Stokes get up to the Nouvelle Chicane. You could just see how much people have been slamming on the brakes on those corners.
More yellow flags again as we see a spun round Mercedes, and it is Chris Murphy. Big damage on that wing there. He have to nurse that car very gingerly home. He has got a bit of a gap between him and Patrick, so he can pit and keep his 2 points. Right, here we go. So oh my god, it rained. Can you imagine if we had a few more laps earlier and it rained?
I had a wet quali at some point, and just nobody wants to go out when it started raining.
Yeah.
But yeah,
look at that.
All
look at that
rubber.
rubber. That's definitely got to be. That is a good touch, Ava, from Codemasters, leaving that detail in.
Yeah, it's only it only happens for drivers who don't have brake assist and basically traction control and that. It's only for those drivers that leave those marks. It's fantastic. The anti-lock brakes, that's what I was thinking.
That's the ABS.
Yeah, once you take that off and it leaves those marks, I think it's fantastic. It's great to see. you never see that on these on the lower tiers that I kind of get stuck there commentating on.
Yeah, you're better than that. You're better than lower tiers, man. You should be. We should be up there, tier 1. You're with half the commentary of the year team. Just gonna throw that out there. I've got a trophy now to prove it.
Oh, that fake trophy that your sister made you?
Yeah, it's you'll admit that trophy is amazing.
It does look good, apart from they spelled ferret wrong.
It says Nevo on it. DxT Nevo on the trophy. Oh, but to come out now, the last lap, so Ken is leading this race. Izzy is telling people to shut up in the chat because she doesn't want this to be jinxed. Because Ken, seen us home, he has a couple of corners to go. He's done so well.
I think as long as Ken can keep it all tidy, he's got it. Come on, Ken. Because he deserves it. He really does deserve it. He was like a heartbreak last week for him. And I think he does deserve to win the crown jewel of the F1 calendar.
And he does, and he's going to cross the line in first place. Unbelievable drive from Ken. Johnny Stokes comes in second, and it's a 1-3 for the Williams boys. We have not said that for many a year. Brilliant there from him. And
a 2-4 for the Ferrari, which we haven't said for a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Unbelievable race. Everyone does cross the line. There's no major changes in position. Who's going to get fastest lap? Let's have a look, and we'll see who it is at the moment. I believe it still falls with, with Mano. It does still fall with Mano. I don't think anyone's going to be getting that today. Can Chris Murphy be the one to do that? But it looks like he's just taking his time, just having an easy drive now. He's not pushing it too hard. Doesn't need to.
I would push.
I would have
went for the fastest lap. I really would have.
But we're ballsy drivers. That's what we got balls.
Well, yeah, we got balls. I just lack a little bit of pace.
There we go. But it did look like Patrick did go for it in the end, but bit shy of that. Freddie's come back and said, "Holy crap! What did I miss?" Well, you missed a lot of safety cars.
Well.
All right, so Scotty Harris given driver of the day. Do you know what? I've got to disagree. I have to give it to Ken. He's nursed that car with a broken wing for literally half that race and done it well with a race win. So well done, Ken. Unbelievable drive. You are our driver of the day, and we'll be hopefully talking to you very soon as well. Ferrari 2-4, Williams 1-3. Like what more could you want?
Oh, I'll be honest, I'm not a Ferrari fan, so I would have liked the McLaren to be up there.
I don't think anyone's a Ferrari fan anymore, especially if you're British. You tend to fall in line with Williams and McLaren.
And if you're Italian, you switched over to AlphaTauri.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you got to. They're the better Italian team.
They are. They managed to get. They're the only Italian teams to actually get a win in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, really, but there we go. So your race winner and driver of the day from DxT here is Ken Doyle. Unreal race from him. Johnny Stokes comes in second. Speedy comes in at third. We'll talk to these guys later. Fourth place, we have Scotty Harris. In fifth, we have Dennis Collar. Sixth place, we have Christian Havinga. Seventh, we have Harry Lillas, who done amazing up until the point he broke his wing. And broke his wing again later on in the race. Does come home at seventh place. Your championship leader, not sure after today, is Carl Dyer in eighth. RP Mazin, aka Chris Murphy, is in ninth. And finally, your only finisher was Patrick Boylard. The DNFs today was Thierry Delaney, Decky Fabrice, Mano Beekveld, Freddie Mercury. He said Freddie Mercury then, a previous joke. Freddie Martinez and CeeLo Yellow. I'm not going to call him CeeLo Green because he's in the Renault. But CeeLo Yellow. But there we go.
Izzy just threw a comment saying that was too stressful, so I think it's time for a little bit of a lie down for Izzy.
Hey, you need to lie down. Ken's had to do that with broken wing. I think he needs to lie down.
He needs a stiff drink. That's what he needs.
Oh, he needs more than a stiff drink. He needs something else that needs relaxing after that. I can think of another way to release some stiffness, even though I'm saying, and I think he deserves it. The only thing I'm gutted about, so obviously we had our race, the TTFL race yesterday. I did come third, which I'm thrilled to bits with. I do have a swimming pool, and I didn't get to do the usual Monaco into the pool thing for third place because my pool has been refilled. There's no bloody water in it. So I went to go down. I thought of it. And I thought, oh, there's no water in the pool. I can't do this. Not very fair. But well done. These guys definitely deserve a dip in the pool. They had an amazing race. And don't know if any of you guys do race. The amount of sweats that will be on these drivers' heads, bodies. As you can see, a big cheer from Ken Yahoo in the chat. We'll hopefully talk to them in a bit. So Ken, do get ready. I'll be inviting you in very shortly. I'm just going to get the showroom car ready. Not done this for a while. Put on the Williams. Very strange moment there. So how did you find your first experience in no assist tier 2, Gaz?
To be honest, I actually enjoyed it more than most of the races that I do commentate on. I will say.
I find that a lot with people that commentate with me. I do get that quite a lot.
I don't think it was you though, to be honest, mate. I felt like I was babysitting Joe's trying to fill you with the knowledge.
Oh, ouch! That hurts, Gaz. That hurts. Let's quickly find these guys. Anyway, so Speedy apparently is already in this session, in this thing. So Speedy, you can feel free to join if you're ready. Maybe it wasn't deleted from last time. I'm not entirely sure. Who else is actually meant to be in this? Ken. Where's Ken? Where's our winner? There he is. There's Ken. Let's get Ken in, and let's get in our second place of Johnny Stokes. Where is Johnny? There he is. So Speedy, you should be able to simply join this. I believe you're still in it from last time. I will double check somehow because I don't know how to do it on the PS5. There he is. He's in. Speedy is in. So before we talk to him, we'll wait to see from Ken and from Johnny. Fingers crossed they join very soon. Gaz, you're back. Good luck. A lot of comments in the chat. Ken, your race winner, is here with us now. Just waiting for our second place finisher of Johnny Stokes. I think you've seen enough of Ken for one day, but he's got one more to put up with. Let's wait and see if he does join.
I quite like that comment that Izzy's put in the chat.
What did she say now?
I'll let you read that one.
Gaz, you were a good luck. You can come back next week. Well, you gotta bring that up with Neva. I'm afraid. Neva unfortunately couldn't be here. He's looking for a new house, so he was a bit knackered after his house views today, which we all know. If you've been house shopping, it's kind of a nightmare.
Oh, I hope he gets a nice one for pool.
Fingers crossed. Well, hopefully, if he does my suggestion, moves in with me, he can have a pool. But I don't know. Got to wait and see, I suppose. Apparently, Lexi doesn't like the idea of sharing a bed with him. I don't get it personally. Like, I'll be the big spoon to both of them. Anyway, so we'll wait for Johnny to join. We'll start with your third place. We are joined with the Williams team right now. Okay, we'll come back to Ken in a bit. Your race winner, Speedy. This is brilliant race from you and Ken today. It is a 1-3 finish, I think, for the first time this season. How obviously you had a lot of things going your way. You had Harry taking a bit of a wing damage. You kept your race extremely clean. How was it from you, pal?
I was quite surprised to be here, considering I'm on the pad. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I've jumped Johnny on the start. It was a decent battle, and then yeah, through the pits he jumped me, but I think it was always gonna overtake me at some point, because at some of the corners it's just the controller just restricts you from turning properly sometimes. But yeah, I'm happy with the result. Yeah, it's probably the most. I've been on the podium a couple of times here, and it's probably the best race I've done around here as well. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, it's a solid race. So for those that don't know, obviously, guys that are on a pad, do you want to explain the difficulties you do have throughout the race? Because obviously, there is a lot, and if you guys have a pad or have a wheel, they might not necessarily know what the struggles you were having.
So one of the hairpins, like basically around the corners, when you turn the controller, sometimes that the steering wheel flickers like left and right, so it does it's not like a smooth motion. And yeah, it's not as precise as a wheel. But I am quite surprised I'm up here, considering there's
Yeah.
a lot of people here that run wheels, and I was quite shocked that the safety car didn't come out when I think the Renault retired, and then it suddenly came out when Freddie.
Yeah, that was very strange. Yeah, because the Renault did crash on the racing line, but normally it would bring out a safety car. But yeah, they didn't actually come out until it took another car to hit it. So it was a bit of a shame for Freddie. He was a bit gutted with that. Obviously, his misfortune was your gain today.
Yeah.
So, well, fantastic race from you. Like, I don't think we're going to see Johnny today, unfortunately, but I'm sure he's had enough of Ken for one day. He spent basically the 50% of this race looking at the back of that Williams car with a wing damage. Ken, we've seen miracles from you before. We've seen two drive-throughs and a wing pit stop in the first 3 laps. Now we've seen a damaged wing for 50% of this race and a race win. How did you manage to keep that car not only out of the wall, but in front of the red Ferrari?
I don't know.
Well, come on, you give us something, man. That was unreal. That was a brilliant drive from yourself.
I just parked the car in the middle of the track wherever I thought Johnny might be able to get past. I learnt a lot from the F2 race last night, because I was in Johnny's position, stuck behind the slower car, and not an easy place to overtake around Monaco, so you just have to park it in the middle of the road, and there's nowhere for the car behind to get around you.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So we saw a lunge going into Gaz. What was the corner called?
Mirabelle Hot.
Mirabelle. Did you see that coming? Was you aware he was alongside you when you turned in?
I saw the arrow, but we were already sort of alongside, and I'd started to turn in, so I think I gave him enough room. And it was after that then I decided I had to defend into that corner. Any lap he was in about 2 tenths.
Yeah, it was fantastic. You noticed it was that's the brilliance from the driver, knowing the weak spot and then defending it perfectly. Because that was the only place really where he was making overtakes. We saw a lot of overtakes from him in that area, and you kind of saw that coming after that near miss. That's what I would say, where you nearly lost the position, and you sort of kept avoided it. So well done for that. So that is a 1-3 for you boys. Are you guys happy with that? That will bring you, I believe, further in front of the constructors. Where are you sitting at the moment? Let's have a little quick look at the standings.
I think it'll be 30 points ahead.
Yeah, so you're literally clearing the way now. Oh, so we had no big names today. We didn't have the name. Who won last week? I can't remember the guy's name. I don't think it's top of his head now. Hang on one sec. We'll check the standings. He got 25 points last week. Yeah, Freddie Martinez. Obviously, that was a big off for you guys. Who was your biggest threats today? Obviously, start of this race, who was you really looking to get ahead of and keep away from?
I think it was mainly Harry, who was just literally, I think, got a bit too comfortable out up in front, and then just knocked his front wing.
Was he in the party with you at the time?
No. It just I just saw a bit of Red Bull front wing, so I just assumed he knocked the wall.
Yeah, he definitely had a big kiss for that, and he did have to pit. I'm not too sure. We didn't catch it because normally when you're watching this, you kind of focus on the close battles rather than the guy 11 seconds ahead of the pack. So we did unfortunately miss that. But we'll leave it there. Gaz, you got any questions for the drivers?
Just a one for Speedy. Those tyres that you were on were you could actually physically see that they were screaming. How did you manage to get them through to the end?
Safety cars.
Safety cars, that's a good answer. No, but absolutely, I've just got to say, fantastic drive from both of you. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, the defending from you, Ken, was Senna-esque. Let's just say it was absolutely fantastic. So well done, guys. Well done.
Yeah, that was a fantastic race. Thank you, Gaz, for joining me today and saving me, not leaving me on my own. Well done, you guys, for your first and third places. Thank you, everyone, for watching, guys, for racing. Don't forget to join us again next week for round 6, which I believe is Baku. Another street circuit for you guys to grip your teeth into. Fingers crossed we don't get as many TNFs, but you never know with Baku. But until then, don't forget to tune in with us next time on TNE for the Tuesday regionals and the Wednesday regionals with Robert Hildebrand. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.